Infinite spiritual beings, what's good? Or how they used to say back in the day, maybe they still do in Ireland. Top of the morning to ya. Big up to all the massive, big up to everybody that's out there. Um, Thank you guys for tapping in and tuning in. Um, I feel like you guys are just the best, the absolute best. You know what I mean? And I want to give you guys your flowers because you guys have been supporting me through this whole journey, and I sincerely appreciate that. Big up to the OG listeners, right? That's what we're gonna call them, the originals. Big up to DJ Scoot. Big up to Asia. Big up to everybody that's been supporting the channel. Um, Reagan Riggs. Big up yourself. Big up to everybody. Reagan. Look at that. Reagan, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Um, yeah, guys. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. Or so the song goes. But yeah, I want to talk about just embracing your unique experience and your unique perspective. I think oftentimes there's pressure for us to like sort of fall in line and be like everyone else, but we're made to be unique, right? Our purpose isn't just to be like how do you change the world? How do you make things better, right? If you're falling in line with all of the BS that's going on around you. If you're trying to be someone else and walking in someone else's shoes, who is going to be you, right? What you're doing at that point is you're saying, right? Is you're saying and believing whether you're conscious of it or not. This is what you're saying on an energetic level. That who you are doesn't matter. That's what you're saying. When you try to walk in somebody else's shoes. When you try to be like somebody else, right? You were made to be unique. Go out there and be unique. Reagan Riggs, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. Someone saying they need a big bicep. Well, you know you got to work to get that. Hello from Germany, Don Ron. God bless you as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate that. But yeah, you know, as a kid, again, I talk so much about programming and how we've been programmed, right? You know, as a kid in school, you don't want to be like the oddball, or you don't want people to consider you weird or an outcast or anything like that. So you fall in line with whatever shenanigans the other kids are doing, right? It doesn't matter what it is that they're doing, but because you want to be a part of the crowd, you're going to fall in line with what it is, even though you know it doesn't really sit well with your spirit, right? And as you become an adult, you grow up, you get off into the working world, right? You adapt to the environment in the office, you adapt to the culture, and slowly but surely, you erode your individuality, your unique perspective, right? That only you have. And you fail to just that unique perspective to embrace it and love it, right? Like we're all unique. All of us, every single one of us has a purpose, and every single one of us are unique, right? But oftentimes, we ignore our own qualities. Many kids, says Reagan Riggs. C Summer says you're right. Thank you so much. Big up C Summer. I appreciate that. Reagan Riggs says, my kids have been seeing me join your live every day now, so I almost forgot this morning. And the kid was like, Dad, are you going to join his live? I was like, yeah, I should. Big up to your kids, man. Big up to your kids, Reagan. I appreciate your kids, man. And I appreciate you as well. I really sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Infinite blessings to you and your family, man. Nothing but the best is what I wish for all of you. C. Sama says, you are only free for real when you worship your creator, to whom everything returns. According to C. Sama, big up yourself. Thank you for that perspective. Valadorores says, fire emoji. I appreciate that. Uh, Wait, hold on. Time out. I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Rhaenyra says Valador. I don't quite know what language that is. I'm sorry. Dohoris. Dohaeris. Dohoris. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for I appreciate that. I appreciate that you appreciate this. Reagan Riggs is asking, how's my day? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, right? So again, right, this is the second day running where I just wake up extremely early after going to my bed extremely late, right? Like you guys know, like I was here till maybe what, like probably like one o'clock or something like that last night. Maybe like a little bit after one, because the stream was like an hour and 30 minutes long last night. But I woke up again like extremely early and I haven't gone back to sleep. So what I did was I meditated. I sat there in stillness. I was just observing my thoughts, observing some of the negative things that happened, but not being emotionally attached to it. Observing some of the positive things that are going to happen, and just observing emptiness as well. You know what I mean? Just observing, just identifying with the observer. And it just occurred to me that I should just do this stream right at a particular point through my meditation process, right? I was kind of thinking about, or not thinking, observing, right, what I should do, and I decided that this was the best course of action. But thank you so much, man. How's your day going? How's your day going, Reagan? It's Latin, right? Says C. Massa. I'm not entirely sure what that is, to be completely honest with you. I don't really know Latin, to be completely honest. Cesar Alberto Hernandez Esparza says, Viva Mexico. Big up to Mexico. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm getting a message from someone. Hold on. All right, I'll check that message in a little bit. Right now we're streaming. Right now we are streaming. But yeah, guys, it gets difficult at times when you are walking your own path, right? Sometimes it can feel lonely because other people around you may not understand your life path, right? Sometimes you may not even understand your life path. Sometimes you may not even understand why sometimes it feels so lonely, right? But the other part of it is you were made to experience life this way. So find out what your likes and your dislikes are, right? Find out what frequency or vibration really suits you, right? And then you will find your tribe. You'll find other people out there who can connect to exactly what it is that you're talking about and exactly what it is that you feel. And you guys start bouncing ideas off each other. You guys start appreciating and loving each other. And yeah, that's how this thing works. It doesn't work with you, because imagine, that the life that you're living, you're not happy with. You know that the person that you're becoming, you're not happy with that person, right? And you're not happy with that person because it doesn't really sit well with who you are on the inside, right? So now, day after day after day, you're doing these things that don't sit well with you, right? And then you get to the point where you start to kind of hate everything. You start to hate life. You start to hate yourself. You don't like the people that are around you, right? And that's because you're not being your true self. You're not being authentic, right? So that's a big thing that people should, I believe anyway, people should look into. Well, man, I hope your day is still good, even if you didn't get a lot of sleep. Man, my day is still, listen, man, I'm blessed. I woke up today, but I'm just being honest about what it is that happened. You know what I mean? I woke up today. I have another day ahead of me. I did get a text message just now. I kind of read the first part. I don't know exactly what the text message is saying, but we're going to get to that at another point. And that's another thing as well, too, right? So sometimes certain things can happen to throw your vibration off. like right throughout the day. Like you might get a phone call, maybe with some bad news. Somebody might cut you off in traffic or whatever it is, right? But the key thing is that you don't stay in that vibration. I kind of do wish that, if I'm being honest, I kind of do wish the message would pop up in the tablet, but it just hasn't yet for some reason. But that's cool. Mark Merkman says, "Preach, brother." Owen Rooney says, "Why have you still not shaved that beard? WTF?" The beard ain't going nowhere, man. At some point maybe, but we didn't. We didn't hit 50 likes. We hit 40, and we only got what? How many subscriptions yesterday? I think at that time it was probably like 17 subscriptions, right? So we needed 150 or so, 152 subscriptions. That didn't happen, right? I kind of knew subconsciously that it wouldn't happen, but it was sort of, I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was kind of just marketing, right? Like if you guys notice, last night was our probably our more, I would say our most successful stream, right? In terms of the people that kind of were in, right? If you guys kind of, if you look back at that stream, you'll see that it has like 900 and something views, right? Like right real close to 1,000. And that is the most successful stream on this channel. So yeah, it was kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, there was a lot of marketing involved. I knew we weren't gonna get 150 subscribers that night. I don't think we're at that point yet. We will be, right? We're working toward that point, but kind of just looking at it objectively, I knew that there wasn't gonna be 150 subscribers last night. So that was pretty much just a way to get people in, and then we started to talk about some more spiritual stuff as well, and a lot of people stayed for that. So yeah, I think it was great marketing, to be honest with you. I think it was a brilliant idea. But yeah, the beard's still here. Owen Rooney, don't be hateful. If you were on the live last night, you would know the reason. Get it gone, G, says Owen Rooney. That's your opinion, man. It's all good, Owen Rooney. But yeah, it was just marketing. The beard isn't gone yet, right? At some point, because all right, so I'm not so, like, I've done it before, right? Like many times I've grown my hair out and just cut it all off, right? Many times I've grown my beard out and just cut it all off. At this point in my life, I don't see me cutting my hair anytime soon. I think I just want to just embrace, like, I want to say my true nature. Your hair doesn't really define your true nature, but it's a part of it, right? And I think that there is something spiritual about growing your hair out and your beard out. I think there's a reason why it was given to you, so that's why I kind of just embrace that. It's like you don't have to, but at the same time, for me, it's like just kind of just always having the routine of always going to the barber, right? Always paying the barber to get a sharp haircut, and sort of the insecurities that come with not having like a sharp haircut, right? And the insecurities of, like, not kind of embracing yourself a little bit, right? I'm not gonna say don't groom yourself and look nice and feel nice, and I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't add to your confidence, but at the same time, we got to get to the point where we start to embrace ourselves as well. You know what I mean? And embrace the aspect of ourselves that we think we don't like, and show it love, right? We got to love all of us. You understand what I'm saying? So regardless of whatever it is, we just got to, just learn to live with ourselves and love it, He says you need to shave, though. All right, that AC is going crazy right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, that AC was going crazy. He said you need to shave, though. I don't, what's crazy? We did a poll actually last night as well, and the vast majority of people did not want me to shave the beard. So yeah, there was also that school of thought as well. The vast majority of people were like, no, don't shave it, keep it. But everyone's gonna have their opinion, and you can't really please everyone or make everyone happy. And then another thing is, right, ultimately the decision is mine, right? I just kind of just put it out there again, like I said, as a marketing sort of ploy, right? But whenever at some point in the future, when I feel like doing it, I will, right? When I feel like just, all right, it's time for a change, right? Because change is also a part of life. Then I'll just grab the clipper, right? I know where it is, and I'll just do it. But thank you so much, Owen Rooney, for sharing your perspective. What about you, Owen Rooney? Are you clean shaven? Do you shave every day? Is that a part of your grooming routine? I just went from middle of back long hair and now I have shaved bald. It says Brontillus fomophilus umarchus. That's really his name. I believe it's Greek. I'm not entirely sure. But he said this week. Big up yourself, man. I know you're probably trolling. I know you're probably trolling because I actually did see you at some point this week and you had that same shiny ball head over there in the corner. I don't know if what you're saying is true or not, but big up yourself either way. Hey, man, I have to go, but have a blessed day. I'll try to come back later. Peace. Peace out, Reagan. I appreciate you, man. I always appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing love. And big up your kids, man. Big shout outs to Reagan kids as well, man. Big shout outs to him, his kids, his family. Great guy, phenomenal guy. Yeah, I'm only shaving it because you said it yesterday, man. I'm just messing about. Yeah, man. I think it was a brilliant stream yesterday. We had a fantastic stream last night. A lot of people came in. We had the votes. The vote count was crazy. The vote count was like something like 200. And it was just shy of 200 when I last saw it. I don't know what it was towards the end. I saw it at like 170 something. I don't know how much it ended at, but yeah, I'm quite sure we got at least, if we didn't hit 200, we probably like just about 200. Yeah, or my beard goes out of control. I have to shave once every 3 days at least. I know, no, I can, I can relate because all right, so when it's all said and done, all of my beard doesn't grow at the same rate, right? Like I don't have like a full beard that all grows at the same rate. Part of my beard grows extremely slow. I sort of have some, with patches right here on the right side and a little bit on the left side as well, right? So it doesn't all the way, everything doesn't all the way grow in. I mean, it may grow in over time, but it doesn't all the way grow all at the same time. So here at the front, the goatee is the part that grows the quickest and grows the most, right? So yeah, especially when it comes to the mustache, like I find myself trimming the mustache. Like I gotta keep trimming that at least a few times a week, or at minimum like once a week, or it starts to get out of control, start to like grow over my lip and all of that sort of stuff. So I can relate. Yo, what? I just joined. Oh, Gamer Squid 1022. I think some hair got I think some hair got it. Gamer Squid 1022. Thank you so much for joining us. I do remember you. I remember that profile picture for sure. I don't quite know what it is, but I do remember that profile picture. So big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining. Today is really just a quick stream, guys. I know everyone's headed out there to work. People are probably at work right now, kind of just doing their thing, and you know, maybe conforming to what it is that's happening around them. And I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's always good to just go out there and just blurt out everything that comes to your mind or whatever it is. But I'm gonna say just embrace your originality, embrace your uniqueness. Yeah, that's what I would say. Aha, think that's most beards. In a few months, that will grow out. Mustache gets in my mouth when you're eating burgers if you leave it too long. No, that's that's another thing about beards as well, right? So the other day I was eating like a shrimp patty, right? So I was eating a shrimp patty, and I don't know if you guys know about the Jamaican patties, but they have like a real crispy, crunchy outer layer, right? So when eating the patty, the outer layer just started to get all up in the beard, right? All up in the beard. And you don't want to end up in a situation where you're eating, right? Because it's not saying that you're not a clean person or anything like that, right? Where you're eating and then hair gets all over in your face, all up in your beard, and here you are in everyone's face with a beard full of food, right? So that's the other part about growing a beard as well, that a lot of people don't. People that do have beards, some guys with beards that have been growing their beards for years and probably have their beard like down to their chest or down to their belly button or down to their ankles, whatever, right? Those guys probably leave out the fact that when you do have a beard, your beard tends to eat food with you. You know what I mean? So it's pivotal that you're also kind of like maintaining that sort of grooming where you're keeping the food out of your beard, right? You don't want to keep food growing in your beard. So yeah, that's another thing about beards, right? Like you kind of do have to maintain that, right? You don't want anything stuck in your beard. He says his mustache get, yeah, when you're eating burgers. Yeah, I can relate to that. It's 6 p.m. For me. I'm in England. Oh wow, big up yourself. He's in England. He's in England. Okay, so the Premier League starts today, right? The Premier League starts today. I'm really excited about that. Manchester United take on Fulham, if I'm not mistaken. I'm hoping Fulham wins. I hope you're not a Manchester United fan. Either way, still big up yourself. I probably will not big up Manchester United though. But big up yourself. The Premier League starts today. I'm really excited about that. Tomorrow, tomorrow is gonna be like the real big day. Like today is just like the opening day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Hopefully it's on Peacock. That way I could kind of just get in and just watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah, really looking forward to the Premier League, man. Really looking forward to that. The English Premier League, you know what's crazy about that? Because I was actually debating some people from England about the Premier League 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. And I kind of brought up the Spanish league. So even though I watch the Premier League more than any other league, right, including basketball, I brought up the fact that the Spanish teams, sorry, I had to get a sip of water. I brought up the fact that the Spanish teams are kind of dominating not not just domestic football, but also international football. Wow, a little bit of water just got on the mic. Not just domestic football, but also international football. And I don't believe that the English Premier League is the best league anymore, right? It's probably the most entertaining league to watch. But as far as the best league, you gotta say it's Spain because, you know, all right, cool. You could say Real Madrid, that's their competition. Champions League is their competition. But when it's all said and done, I think they won something like seven out of, not just Real Madrid, but like Spanish teams have won like seven out of the last like 11, out of the last like 11 years. So I think we have to kind of measure it by that. I think if the Champions League is the league with the best teams and the teams that are from Spain win it the most, right? More than any other team. And England is probably like three times in the last 11. Germany's like once in the last 11. I think they might have had an Italian team or something like that in there as well. So it's things like that that make me believe that, yeah, in Spain may actually, like, if we're being objective, it has to be Spain. Man United are going to get beat. I'm a Liverpool fan. I live in Liverpool. Big up yourself because I actually really respect Liverpool, right? Even though I'm an Arsenal fan, I respect Liverpool. I respect Liverpool as a big team. During my childhood, I do remember like the sort of like the Champions League. Well, I wasn't like yeah, I was a child, but I was like a teenager, right? But I do remember with like you guys playing against AC Milan, which is another team that I support. But Arsenal is the team that I support the most. And Liverpool has always been one of those teams that I could just respect Liverpool because they do things the right way, right? I don't really, even when they won the championship that year, was it the COVID season, COVID lockdown, 2020? Even when you guys won the championship, you guys do it the right way. So I could really respect Liverpool. And yeah, but I'm not a Manchester United fan at all. I'm not. I really am not. Somebody says my cat farted on my pillow and gave me a bad pink eye. Wow. Now I got cat. Okay. All right. Okay, Morgan. Yeah, I get you, but I think the difference is, brother, like the Premier has six top teams, if not eight. Spain only has three. If you get me, so in my opinion, Prem is better, and every player says it's harder and quicker. I guess. Although you can argue that even when it comes to like Europa League, right? Was this Unai Emery kept on winning the Europa League as well? Like he's won it what like three times or something like that. Something crazy like has like a crazy record. So Spain doesn't just sort of dominate the Champions League. They also in the Europa League they still do their thing as well. Like if I'm not mistaken, they probably still have the most wins out of the last 10 or 11 as well. Probably, right? I haven't checked those yet, but I do get what it is that you're saying. In terms of six teams, they have the teams with the most money. It doesn't necessarily mean they use the money the right way because even all right, look at Chelsea for instance, right? Boom. So we have Chelsea, billionaire owner, right? I think Premier League has the most money for sure. I don't think there's anything close, right? Manchester City and Newcastle alone would probably just knock everything else out of the park, right? But when you look at teams like Chelsea and the amount of money that Chelsea has and the way they spend their money, how big their squad is, but yet they're not competing for anything anymore. Um, maybe this season things will change for them, but I don't see it turning around that quickly. Um, and I don't know. I don't think Manchester United has been the same Manchester United for like 10 years, right? I think Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Aston Villa is kind of doing their thing, and I'm not just saying this because of last year. I think Aston Villa has some really good players. I think Newcastle is going to be the next emerging sort of big team. Um, I think Tottenham is a really, really decent team, even though I'm an Arsenal fan. But yeah, other than that, man, I think everybody else is pretty much playing catch up, to be honest with you. To be completely honest with you. Raygen says, peace out. Have a good one, man. Have a fantastic day. If you get me, England have a bigger range of teams that have been successful. Oh, well, maybe. Liverpool, Manchester United. Um, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. But we're talking about recently. Yeah, I think Spain has been really kind of down. And look, like I said, I really love the Premier League. It's the only league that I really, really sit there and watch and really dissect, right? I do like Real Madrid, but at the same time, I don't watch Real Madrid as often as I watch Arsenal. I don't watch Real Madrid as much as I watch the Premier League. So, obviously there's going to be some sort of bias toward that. But if I'm looking at it objectively, I gotta kind of if the best league, I don't know if I could really say that about England anymore. But I get your point. I do get your point. Okay, not reading that. What are we talking about? I'm from Spain. I don't know. Mel's daughter. We actually just sort of segued into speaking about Spain, right? Which is something that we sort of do a lot on these streams sometimes, right? We mix everything with spirituality. I'll find an excuse to put spirituality in everything. But somehow we sort of diverted and started talking about the sports, right? Started talking about the Premier League and La Liga. And I was saying that La Liga, the Spanish league, is actually right now might be the actual best league in the world. And my argument is that Spain has had most of the Champions League champions in the last like 11 years, something like 11. I mean, 7 out of the 11, something like that. Something ridiculous, like a ridiculous number. And Owen is like, no, well, we have 6 or 7 really great teams. And I can understand his perspective. But yeah, I'm just trying to be as objective as I possibly can because I do watch the Premier League and I do love the Premier League. But if I'm being objective, Spain on a whole is dominating, absolutely dominating football. in every which way. And if you think about the top managers, right? Think about, all right, look, let's go to Germany. Who's the top manager right now in Germany? It has to be Xabi Alonso. It absolutely has to be Xabi Alonso. Like it's only Xabi Alonso. Like he went undefeated in Germany last season, right? And gave his team. He didn't have all the financial backing of a Bayern Munich, over Dortmund, RB Leipzig, right? And he was able to galvanize that team and have them go undefeated, right? He's from Spain. If you go to England, the top four in England, right? Forgive me. It's a little dusty. The top four in England, the top four teams in England, right, from last season, 3 out of the 4 managers were from Spain, right? So you had Pep Guardiola, who people class as the best manager in the world. You have Mikel Arteta, who I would classify as the best manager in the world. Even though without the trophies or whatever, it's biased, it's cool, I understand that. But he will be at some point. And Unai Emery, who brought Aston Villa back into the Champions League. Right? So for me, and then if you think about Spain, internationally, right? Spain just won the Euros, and they won the Olympics, right? And this is something that I was saying before that, right? I wasn't saying it before the Euros in terms of Spain, the Spanish national team or anything like that. But I knew who was going to win the Euros while the Euros was going on, right? I even messaged someone. I was like, especially like when the final was about to happen, I was like, so where are you going to celebrate tonight? Somebody from Spain. So yeah, for me, I don't know, man. I think Spain actually runs football. England may have invented it. I don't know. I wasn't there. That's what they say, right? That's what's being said. It's coming home, right? England may have invented it. But Spain have now mastered it, right? It's not even Brazil anymore. But big up yourself for that perspective. I appreciate that. Brian Hernandez says Bayern Munich is the best. Not even Arsenal. No offense, bro, but you haven't won anything in the last 5 years. I'm not offended, man. It is what it is. We're going to see something this year, though. Liverpool City done the Champions League. You're right. An Aussie in here. Big up, Rhino. Guys, I'm probably going to be around for another like 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to call it a stream. I'm going to go shower, get ready, head out, because I got some stuff to do before I even start work. I got some stuff to do, some sort of typing and, sort of sitting around a computer before I actually start to get to working. So, yeah, I'm probably going to hang around another 5 minutes. I'm going to go shower and, head out. But, yeah, we're going to go through all the rest of these questions and all that stuff, and then I'm going to keep it pushing. Make sure you guys are subscribing, because I don't think I've said that even once today. Not maybe, bro. Spanish teams have won the Champions League 2, England 6. Maybe. Even the last 5 years. City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Was that the last 5 years? I don't think that was the last 5 years. I think Liverpool and Manchester City have won in the last 5 years. But Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea was in that. And if you go back from like 2011, you'll see most of the teams were Spanish from like 2011. Maybe before that. 2007, 2008, most of the teams have been Spanish. Real Madrid and Bayern have only won one. Whoa, Rooney, you're wrong. You're so wrong. You're so wrong. You're so wrong about that. Who won before Manchester City won? Wasn't it? Who was it? No, it's no way. You're so wrong. Because I remember Real Madrid beating Liverpool like twice. No. Go fact check that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fact check it myself. I'm going to fact check this myself. All right. Hold on. Champions League winners. Winners list. Let's look at the winners list. All right. So we're going to look at the list of the Champions League winners. Okay. We're not going to go from 1955, which the Spanish won in 1955. Only Spain was winning from 1955 till 1960. They were all Real Madrid, but that's like before it was called the Champions League. I'm certain of it. Right? So now Real Madrid, they won in 2022, 2024, 2018, right? So they won twice in the last 5 years. Them by themselves won twice in the last 5 years. 2018, they won. 2017, they won. 2016, they won. 2014, they won. And before that, the last time they won was 2002, evidently, right? But even when they weren't winning, guess who was winning? Guess who was picking up some of those Champions League wins? Let's go down to Barcelona. Barcelona won in 06, 09, 2011, and 2015, right? So all right, let's go from 09. From 09, Spanish teams have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From the year 2009, Spanish teams have won 9 Champions League. From the year 2009, right? Yeah, I would say that is the dominant league, or for sure they have the most dominant teams, right? Liverpool won in 05, and then they won in 2019, right? And they also have a lot of Champions Leagues. But Liverpool, 05 and 2019. Manchester United, 1999-08. Chelsea, 2012 and 2021. Nowhere close to Real Madrid. Yeah. America will be the best league in 20 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. America's dominating basketball. Soccer, I don't know, right? I think that's a color that I just cannot imagine because at some point, maybe in the future, but 20 years is probably a little bit too soon. I don't know about dominating soccer in 20 years. That sounds crazy at this point in time, to be honest with you. But it could happen. Spain are just lucky with Real Madrid being owned by the Spanish royal family, brother. Yeah, but they're in the English league. Nah, man. In my opinion, England have 3 Champions League winning teams. Spanish have 1. Maybe you're right. I'm Italian, but I knew Spain would win, says Louis G. He's absolutely right. In the last 10 years. What team do you support? Well, I'm an Arsenal fan. That's the first and foremost. Arsenal is the first team I support, right? I also have other teams from other leagues that I support. I don't watch them as often, but in Italy, I love AC Milan. That's been my team since the days of Kaká, and Ronaldinho played for them as well. Ronaldinho was the first player that I actually consciously went and supported. Ronaldinho played for them. They had Maldini, Nesta, Clarence Seedorf. Yeah, it just had a lot of really phenomenal players back then. Zlatan Ibrahimovic at one point. But yeah, in Italy, I support them. I would say Real Madrid. In Spain, I support Madrid. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have a German team, although I really kind of do want one. I don't really watch the German league as much at all, to be honest with you. I probably watch like maybe 2 matches tops in the German league ever. Maybe that'll change at some point. It's late. In the last 5 years, yeah, they beat us in 2018 or 17. I said 5, bro. Okay, all right. And bro, if you know the history, Madrid got caught cheating, like for the first five Champions League. Yeah, Manchester United did. Hey, Manchester United did a lot of cheating in my lifetime. I've seen Manchester United get away with so much on that pitch. But hey, man, listen, you could be right, right? I don't put things past like people being corrupt when it comes to competition. Like, people do tend to do corrupt things, but I don't know. I haven't seen that. I don't know if that's actually true. English teams have won it when only two Spanish teams have. Okay, that's a fair argument. We could throw that team. We could throw that argument in there. That's a good argument. The Chungus Nugget says hello, hello Chungus Nugget. Real Madrid are OZD, owned by the royal family, so it's expected. I guess. I guess. We're talking about a lot today. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you know what's crazy about that though, guys? I'm gonna get out of here like really really soon. He said Dortmund is a good team, good Germany team, bro. Their fan base is amazing. I do really really love Dortmund. I love Dortmund. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I guess you kind of have a connection with Dortmund because of the whole Jurgen Klopp and that sort of thing. But I love Dortmund. I just think Dortmund actually produces some of the best youth prospects. Do they produce them or do they acquire them? You could say, Jude Bellingham, Erling Haaland. Remember Götze, Mario Götze, who went to Real Madrid, scored I believe he scored the winner for Germany to win that World Cup. He kind of fell into oblivion, but he was remarkable at one point. The list goes on, man. The list goes on. I could, but yeah, Dortmund would probably be the closest team to a team that I do support in Germany. Plus, I love their colors as well. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Maybe we could actually root for Dortmund together when we're not supporting our home team. I say home teams like I'm from Arsenal or something, but our sort of original teams. I'm from Toronto. Big up, Louise. Rooney says, give Dortmund a watch, brother. You will be a fan. Love with them. I did before Klopp. And produce, I'd say, bro, because even Lewandowski. Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But yeah, Dortmund is probably the team that I like the most in the German league, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, guys, it's been phenomenal talking to you. I actually did overstay the amount of time that I wanted to stay. I appreciate everybody for tapping in right now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be back later for sure at 11:30. I may or may not stream before that time, right? If anything, I'll be streaming outside if I do. But thank you guys so much for tapping in, for tuning in. I know you guys are gonna get your vibration right and have a phenomenal day. Don't let anybody knock you off your vibration. Don't let anybody do that, right? You're in control of your vibration. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to, not a lot, they're probably not going to be a lot, right? There's probably going to be like 2 people today that'll try to kind of piss you off. But don't let them do it, okay? Big up yourselves. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.